Hello everybody and welcome to the decks of the weekend, my weekly video where I go over the deck that caught my attention the most during the weekend, as well as kinda tell you what happened in my weekend. This weekend I went to Naples, Italy to play the regional championship. The deck of my choice was a Teamer Analyst. Actually, after this deck of the weekend, I'm gonna write a article for Channel Fireball. You might have seen that now I write way less for Channel Fireball. That's because my contract changed. I still have a couple of articles every couple of months. So, the one this time will be about Teamer Analyst. So if you have upcoming regional championship next week in America or in South America, make sure to check it out. Regardless of that, Teamer Analyst was maybe not the best choice coming into the weekend. A lot of decks were prepared. All of my blue control opponent had Tishana main deck, Hullbreaker Horror, very annoying cards. Regardless of that, Teamer Analyst came first after Swiss by Remy Roudier. Unfortunately, he lost in the top 8. The winner was the man Land on Twitter, and he got the job done. Very young player with I think about 20 years old with Esper mid range. There's also not like I don't how can I say I want to use my platform to try to make things better for Magic players. If you were in Naples, you might have seen that this was probably the longest tournament I've ever been in. In fact, it lasted 13 hours day one. The players were exhausted. It's open deck list, so you're supposed to know your opponent deck, except MTG Melee didn't work ever. You had to exchange your deck, physical deck, you had to exchange your phone with your deck list. My opponent's phone were all low battery. I had to click through not refresh. It was just a lot. Every round was lasting an hour and a half, and not because the match take long in standard, but because the unfortunately Wizards doesn't really have a system. Ever since they decided to shut off the DCI reporter, the tournament organizer, Legacy European Tour, and the judges did their best they could. So again, this complaint is not at all about them. They do an incredible job to make sure that we got to play. It's just that Wizards need to support Magic, competitive Magic, not just with bringing back the GPs. You clearly cannot bring back the GPs if you don't even have a playable system for 800 players. So yeah, if you are listening about this little rant, I wanted to let you know that I love competitive Magic. I love if more people could gather together for a weekend of Magic and play, but it cannot last 13 hours. I was 4-2 in the tournament. It was 7 p.m. I was exhausted. I just wanted to lose. I guess I was already qualified to the PT, so I didn't have this like great will to keep on winning, and I just wanted to be over. I just wanted to go. I didn't want to do this again the next day. So, it wasn't a great experience for me. I spent a lot of hours to prepare, and then I really disliked Saturday. Thankfully, my company was great. Friday, Friday and Sunday were amazing. I got to hang out with so many people. I would do it again this weekend, and actually, I do it again this weekend with Four Season. And thankfully, Four Season has a different system, so we will probably be working the pairing system. So yeah, I look forward to Four Season, and again, I look forward to a change in competitive Magic. All right, after this brief parenthesis over what happened in Naples, I wanted to shout out my friend Zen Takahashi, my teammate, my team leader of the Team World League Council, who qualified in Australia with Banned Toxic. Now, the deck I have in front of me is exactly his deck. He tested his deck a lot. He was kind of lost and then found out how good was Banned Toxic position, and it really was. If you look at the metagame breakdown of the tournament in Naples, the most played decks were Teamer Analyst, Blue Eye Control, Domain. Although I don't expect that to be the case next week. Domain is very bad position. At least it was very bad position for standard Naples. I'm assuming it had the worst win rate of the tournament. I suspect it's like below 40% because it really had like almost all bad matchups. There was no mid-range decks basically, although it won the tournament. But you know, Esper mid-range, Golgari mid-range was definitely on the low. So, but they may be back. That's the cool thing of Standard, right? Is that it's changing. So Ben Toxis was an amazing choice for last weekend with all these control decks at the top of the standings. So you know, a lot of Band Toxic did well. I don't think it top eighted, but it definitely did very well. Like I definitely felt like it was a good choice. And again, my friend Zen top eighting, qualifying to the Pro Tour. Very very happy for him. You follow him on Twitter. He usually writes tournament report. So I look. He's probably gonna write something about his tournament for his sponsor. Yeah, so let's continue. Let's continue. What do we have? Let's go ahead with modern. So modern. I was just scrolling through the challenges on Magic Online to see anything spicy, anything cool, and I found this very very nice blue red. Blue red blue moon. If you watch my video, I've played a couple of blue moon videos in the past on this YouTube channel you're checking out. And here there's a couple of differences, and the main one is expressive iteration. That's because my old list was not playing iteration. I was all about like being flashy with Snapcaster Counterspell Flame of Honor, but now instead you have expressive iteration, which is a very powerful card, which I definitely missed when I was playing this deck. This is a great card, and maybe this deck has the problem of going iteration. You flip like three drops or subtlety, and then it's bad. But subtlety is definitely a card that rewards you for having more 2-for-1s. So expressive iteration fits well there. Also, too mutable to go with Flame of Honor. This mana base may be a little bit greedy. Also, Preordain over-considered despite the Snapcaster Mage. So you're less about being flashy and more about just playing the better card, Iteration and Preordain. I also played a couple of side events in Naples, and I was playing my Yugmoth with 4 rings, the one that I posted a video about. If you scroll this channel last week, I believe that with some Modern Horizons 3 cards, the deck can improve, mostly with the land that copies the 1 ring in the graveyard. So yeah, Correction Tower, you have the 1/4, so a couple of cards. I'm really looking forward to Modern Horizons 3 and just waiting to be able to build new decks. Next up, we got Legacy. This week, as I talk, it's Monday, and I will be playing the Four Seasons on this weekend. The deck I like the most right now is Bug Beans. I will have a video with this deck on Tuesday here on YouTube channel Andrea Mengucci, so stay tuned if you liked to see the blue shenanigans. But the deck of the weekend has to be this Mono Red Prison. So you know how Mono Red got banned, the sticker, the sticker card, the not what's it called again, name sticker goblin or underscore goblin, because people were playing it together with Muxus. Although if you remember, there was a little bit at the end, just like the weekend before they banned No More Lies, a list with the One Ring. I apologize for this picture. It's just this is the DB underscore Mango account. It just loads random picture. But anyway, the One Ring. This is, imagine if it's a new card, a normal card. It's very good. It's a very good card, and they were playing it instead of Muxus. And yeah, I mean you can do that again, even if you don't have the sticker goblin. You still have Arachnus Broadside Bombardiers, which is an extremely powerful card. This list plays 4 unlicensed Earths, which is reasonable since Blue Black Scam is the top of the field, the top of the game. He won the tournament, and so yeah, that's the change that Red Prison is doing. So if you add the Mono Red Muxus Goblins with Namesticker Goblin, you can easily build this. I know it's not the same because this is a prison deck, although it's not that prison. Like, you don't have Trinosphere, you don't have an Ensnaring Bridge, you don't have Karn. You still have a very aggressive deck with Rebel Master, Broadside Bombardier, Fury, and the creature land and so on and so forth. So this is also this card. Alright, let's see what it does. It's a 4-mana 1/1 flying. When it enters the battlefield, exile target player graveyard. For each artifact or land they exile to make a 1/1 insect. Artifact token with flying. I'm assuming this to be extremely strong against lands, as well as you can probably side this in against the Europile, which you don't see them anymore that much. But yeah, so that's the deck of the weekend for me. In Pauper, I don't have a Pauper deck of the week, although I'm sure that there was some sweet Pauper decks. Pauper right now is just shaking, shaking, shaking. Modern Horizons 3 will have so many new cards that's gonna go in that format. But if you like Popper, make sure to check out the last Mango's Workshop video. It's Popper, and it got 11,000 views in 12 hours, so it's on its way to beat the previous best video, which was the vintage one, which also got record number. I love what's going on with this channel. I feel like, we untapped the algorithm here, and people are discovering how much, effort and energy me and Tommy put into these things. So it's Boar Synthesizer versus Golgari Gardens, which is an extremely close matchup. The games are very cool. This last half an hour, although of course it takes way more to record, which is the beauty slash effort of playing those of recording those video. Thank you for watching. And again, if you're this weekend in Bologna at Four Seasons, make sure to say hello. I always love the real life feedback, just like I love them in Naples. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of the week.